Hey Geminis, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your 2023 overview here. So the first thing that I want to say to you is, wow, are you in for one amazing, very starlit year ahead? This is just absolutely beautiful. So how you're coming through in 2023 is the swan. It really couldn't be better or more auspicious for you. Coming through is the swan. So the swan is star energy. It's Aquarian energy, which speaks of wish fulfillment, great hope, great love, faith, being in the spotlight, divine timing, feeling really good health-wise and wellness. It's the star that comes after the tower, right? So it's the relief, it's the, just that deep exhale. It's a complete freedom from any kind of worry and just knowing that you can really, really inhale and exhale deeply well and really know that you have made it through some difficult chapter or chapters preceding this year. That's why it feels so brilliant. You know, swan energy as well in terms of swan medicine really speaks of surrendering to the will or the flow of the universe or spirit. So a swan, if you were to see a swan, they look beautiful, right? But if you were to look underneath the water, it doesn't really match that serene energy that you view from on top. It just looks like they're gliding on top of the water. But underneath, you can see their feet really, really working really hard and really quickly. They make something that is difficult look easy. So I also like that that's how you're coming in this year, because it feels like it's an attitude of yours, right? It's a perception. It's like, so it feels like, problem solving and really being in a place where you just have a freedom and clarity of mind and perspective where difficult things or things that were difficult are now made easy. It's really, really beautiful. So in your place of challenge, you have like all major arcanas here outside of your outcome, which is really fascinating as well. Major arcanas are about fated or destined events. So this is going to be a significant soul marker year for you in terms of soul growth, manifestation, and then also coming at the end of it and being like, wow, this was a very transformational year. Nothing looks or feels the same at the end of it as it did at the beginning, but in a really good, like I said, starlit way. So Death, Scorpio energy, coming up in your place of challenges. This is about things ending so that new things can begin. We have this condor energy here, really standing on the carcass of everything that has reached its expiration date. I feel like the fact that this is coming in as a place of challenge. For you, I feel like there's an aspect of this of letting what wants to die away or be cold from your experience, leave it behind. Because it's not wanting to take anything from the past, whether this is stuff that's happening within you, patterns, thought forms, certain practices that maybe aren't in your highest and best good, either relationship-wise, health-wise, mental peace, inner peace-wise, and really going, I am willing to make changes for my own betterment and the betterment of, the future and those around me. So this is about being willing to make changes. So, change is not always easy. It's actually rarely easy, but it is yet the one constant. And you think because it is the one constant that we would somehow, like find an ease or a familiarity with it, but it's just not. Scorpio energy is also a fixed sign. So it just further speaks to, maybe finding some difficulty within your house of challenges around really being willing to make some big changes. It can be difficult. It also might incentivize you to really consider the times in your life where you have done the hard thing and made those big changes, and then seeing what you got from it, what you got out of it. I feel like for you, part of these changes are being willing to, put an end to things or stop things or discontinue things without knowing what's going to come in to fill in that space as a result. But when you end things, when you make changes, right, then you can manifest new things coming in that can be in a better alignment for you and help get you to where you want to go and really support how you want to feel, right? It's not easy, but that's why it's in your house of challenge. And also, you're well supported by star energy here. So I also feel like this is going to be as difficult or as seamless as you choose. And in that way, even though it's a major arcana, I do very much feel like the choice is yours. But I also feel like there's an aspect of this that is, really speaking to the fact that the end of your year it's just a transformational year for you, for sure. So in your place of victories, you have the devil. Now, this to me, it's Capricorn energy. It speaks very clearly of getting out of your own way and really abolishing your fears. These are about the traps that we get ourselves into, right? That rabbit there, that represents self-fulfilling prophecy. So it feels like you have just had enough of your fear having anything to do with your choices, whether subconsciously or consciously, and you're like, I feel like you are literally shredding your fear to bits in some way, shape, or form. I even see someone like shredding a piece of paper, putting paper through a shredder. Or it's funny how it's coming through, but it's like, how they say at the gym, like, I'm going to get shredded. Like it's something where you are, it's like taking something and carving it out to, fit a form that suits you and works for you, because it feels like you've been existing in a place where there's been a lot of, extra fat going on around like a certain like situation that you're in. And by fat, I mean unnecessary things. It's like fear is shrouding, a lot of what came before. And it makes sense because you have the stars. It was the tower, right? So it feels like fear has been a result of your circumstances or your own experiences. And you're just with these these traps here, you're really cutting off that fear fat. I've never said that before in my life, but that's what it's coming, across as. You're really trimming the fat, and that fat is the fear, right? When we think about fat, like in that context, it's unnecessary. It really kind of like impedes or kind of shrouds over the good stuff, right? So it does feel like you are, you're going to have a lot of victory around really confronting your fear and squashing it, one step, one fear point at a time. And it feels really, really positive in that way. Also, Capricorn energy, right? In terms of your victory, Capricorns are incredibly hard workers, right? If you have a job that needs to be done, give that to a Capricorn, and not only are they going to do it incredibly well, but they're going to do it in a way that is like ahead of schedule, that is bigger and better. They exceed expectations. That's Capricorn energy and alignment. They exceed expectations. So I like that this is coming in your place of victory, because I feel like work-wise, this bodes incredibly well for you. Right? I feel like there's an opportunity for you to exceed your own expectations, but also experience a form of advancement related to matters of your work as well. That could be monetary, that could be, getting your due rewards and really being seen for and appreciated for the work that you do and being compensated accordingly. So that feels incredibly good as well, that you're getting Capricorn in your victory place. It feels incredibly positive. So your advice. The star. You have a double star in this reading. Hello. Oh, to be a Gemini in 2023. So this pearl here represents wish fulfillment. So we talked about that, right? How the star is about wishes granted. But, there's also an aspect of this, the fact that's coming in as your advice. You know that saying, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it? What's fascinating about that is the reason or the sort of the truth beneath that saying is that even when we get what we want, it can be difficult. Why? Because of this. Because it's change. There's also an aspect of getting what we want that requires us to, really step into that manifestation and have a very different reality as a result. So it's like, oh, I've been really wanting this for myself, and I want, better recognition at work, more money, whatever that is, for example, is going on the Capricorn energy here. And then you get it and it's like, oh, but now more is expected of me. Ooh, now I feel a certain pressure to right? So there's always another side to wish fulfillment is the point here. So the fact that this is your advice, I would really, take this as a sign to remember, right, that your challenge is coming up as making those changes, right? So as this wish fulfillment comes through, and it is very clearly, right, just remind yourself as you feel any fear prick up or any kind of stress around the changes, or if you feel overwhelmed at any point, just remember that you've earned this, that it's in divine timing, that this is coming to you, and that you are more than able to meet all of this change. in a way that is energized and purposeful and gratitude based, right? But this is to really embrace all of the, all of the light, all of the, divine timing, all of the wish fulfillment, all of the manifestation that is coming for you in 2023. But there's also an aspect to this that says keep the faith, because even in the moments where things feel a bit confusing or they seem to be, a bit muddied or a bit delayed, just look to that North Star. Remember that this is your advice, and just trust and know that the path is laid out and set for you through this major arcana energy, and that it's all happening as it's supposed to, and you are going to end in a place of victory, which leads us to your outcome of 6 of Wands, which is fascinating because this is victory in a way that other people can see. This is riding along on that horse and going, yes, I did it. This is not you just surmounting any obstacles that came before it. This is you having big reason and cause to celebrate and be celebrated. That this could be, like a group of people or someone just in particular that's just like, wow, you did that. And I'm inspired by that. I cannot believe that that was your year. You're going to be in a very different position at the end of 2023, as supported by the star. Just embrace the changes as they arise. Be patient with yourself and really enact some good self-care and wellness as well with the star, because where you're going to go, you're going to need all of the energy to really enjoy all of the accomplishments and forward movement that you are going to experience this year. And good on you, because you well deserve it. So it's really, really brilliant, Gemini. With that being said, I so hope that this gives you the energy and the motivation to take you into 2023, because you do well deserve it. And you've got a beautiful transformational year ahead with your double star energy. And with that being said, just thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Holler at me in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this double star realness and ending in a place of such clear victory. It's really stunning. And lastly, just thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.